What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Thursday, November 10th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Thank you all for being here with me. I appreciate you all as always. Let's take a look at the horoscope for Thursday, November 10th. Well, it is Sun Square Saturn Day. Gonna see that square happening today. We were feeling the build-up. Definitely can feel like a lot of pressure to get things done. It can feel like there's things outside of us here in society or in the world that are blocking us from our passions and the things that we really want in life. I think it's important to remember that it's really just it's like checks and balances on what you're really investing your passions into. I think the things that are really long-term passionate, you're going to be fully connected and fully committed, and you're going to keep grinding these things out. And then there's the flip side here where there's a frustration, and I just don't want to do this anymore. And like those are signs. And Saturn's saying you got to be mature here. You got to like really look at things objectively, and individually. And like what's really a part of a future that you want to invest your emotions into. A lot of, the depths here. It's Scorpio season. Like as we're transforming here, this is kind of that big, are you ready to transform kind of moment. And I think that comes through our thoughts. Mars retrograde in Gemini. We got the moon here in Gemini. The moon's going to trine Saturn. The moon's going to quincunx the south node, quincunx the sun, quincunx Mercury. Right? It's making a lot of these aspects. And even Mercury's coming off the square to Saturn and now working on its trine over to Neptune. Venus just trine Neptune. And Mars is squared Neptune. So it's an interesting position here where we really do want to pay attention to facts in our life. We really do want to pay attention to how we're communicating and expressing ourselves. But I think really it's how we're thinking and how we're feeling about ourselves. And it is that shift of feeling that is transmuting energy for a more mature you, for a more mature life, for something that is, really substantial moving forward. This is like taking yourself and putting it on a higher frequency and like understanding that it is your thoughts and your emotions and your beliefs, with Jupiter here in the mix with Neptune and even square over to that Mars as well. These are important times here to really look at how you're thinking, because we can definitely put ourselves into anxiety, we can put ourselves into mental angst and just be completely out of alignment and out of integrity with our soul by just the way we're thinking and feeling. So it's a very important day, I would say, to look at things from a higher perspective, to be imaginative, to really see that there are beautiful things that can be created in life with other people, with yourself. There's a future here. And I think it's how do you really want to think about life right now? Are you going to think about it in just everything's dying, nothing's going my way, I need this from someone else to be happy? All these different conditions. And Saturn can, bring up these conditions in our life. But then there's the Neptune, Jupiter, and Pisces. The moon will finish off the day square Neptune. It's very sensitive. But Venus is trying that Neptune. I think it's definitely saying, as Venus is the dispositor of the North Node and in fall position here in Taurus, in Scorpio, and the North Node and Uranus are here in Taurus, and we just had a lunar eclipse in Taurus. You can put a lot of passionate energy into the creative aspects, but it's like living your life unconditionally. So not forcing all these different conditions into reality, but having an extremely strong faith, having an extremely strong belief that your thoughts and your emotions are going to change your life. And they will, if you want them to, and if you're willing to let go of things. Saturn in Aquarius is like, hey, and it's Scorpio season and you're squaring me. Are you going to get out of your emotions for a second and think about the positives? Think about the frequency and the life that you can be on, or the groups that you can elaborate with, or the people in your life that have really shown up for you? Or is it just about the people that have left you and you're stuck looking at all the negatives when there's so many positives? So I think it is a big day to transmute negative into positive. It might not feel like the easiest day, Sun square Saturn. It could feel like, gosh, I really got to grind through this. But I think the imagination of beautiful things mixed with being able to pivot and understand facts in your life and being able to manipulate in Scorpio season your own thoughts and emotions into really rising up like the Phoenix moments here. Like instead of like just burrowing into the ashes, like let's rise up out of these ashes. Let's shift the way we're, thinking about life and ourself and people and start really, trying to, I would say, create more positive reflection in our life. But it definitely starts with ourself and that relationship to ourself with North Node Taurus. And we have to feel grounded and we have to feel secure within our bodies and we have to feel confident. So this is definitely a time to get out of, these situations in life that we put ourselves in that make us feel less than and really feel top notch. We can really empower our souls. And I think that it is that work that we put on ourselves and on our soul to really take that next level, to really grow, to make adjustments in our life, to have better because we're feeling like we deserve better and we're kind of putting that creative intent out there without conditions and unconditionally accepting what can come through the transmutation of just how we think about ourselves and the world without so much of the negative sort of connotation. I feel like there can be a negative sort of expression in the world today because of this energy, and this is our job as individuals and as light workers, and this is where we kind of transmute that energy and show people that today can be a good day, today can be positive, life is work, and it's coming from a Capricorn here, like life is work. You got to stay on that trail, you got to keep going, and it's easier to keep going if you have a positive outlook and a positive belief that the destination maybe won't look like you thought it would look, but it can still be amazing, and you're going to be so proud of yourself when you do get there. And I think this is a good time to realize to be proud of yourself now, but to be proud of yourself about all the information and what you have learned about yourself and how to feel more confident in that and just own it. Go towards the things you're really passionate about. It is Scorpio season. Your passion should be mixed with the stuff that you love, that's growing, that makes you feel really good, and physically too. So I think it's an important day to make sure our mind isn't tricking us into feeling negative, no matter what's going on in the world or in our personal lives, and to shift that into a positive experience. And if we can shift today into a positive experience, we are on the right track. And trust me, that's not, just an easy thing to do. Plenty of things can show up in our life that can make us really doubt that positive experiences can come, but they can. And today can be positive or negative. I think it's up to you to shift your perspective and get your mind on the same page as what your soul and your heart really wants to experience, which I think for most of us, at least on this channel, that is, based around happiness and, love. And this is where we can transmute a lot of things, but it takes work and it's a grind. It's not, it's not always easy. And, we got to transmute anxiety too. If we're having anxiety, we got to learn to kind of escape our mind's prison. I think that's a big part of it. And just being able to be objective enough to look at all angles instead of just the one angle that might be the one that's making you feel not yourself or let down in life or by life. That little tweak can make a big difference today. So hope that's helpful. Hope you all have a great day. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Oh. The Lovers. Dang. I love this Lovers card too. That's a sexy Lovers card. What's there to say about the Lovers card? We need to be, one, giving ourselves the self-love to attract in the love of another person. Those mergers. I think that with Venus trine Neptune, there's definitely some amazing bonds that the universe is trying to bring into our life right now. Be accepting of that. But here's the thing, we can mentally, push people away, right now because we're playing victim, or we're playing, the oh poor me card. And maybe that divine partner, that lover, you know, isn't here to try and save you. So if you're trying to be saved by someone, I don't know, but this is definitely a time where love can be the ticket out. Love of self, love with a partner, love of other people. It is a moon in Gemini, Mars retrograde in Gemini. The lovers is Gemini. There's definitely twin-like energy out there for you right now. And I don't know if I'm necessarily talking about twin flames, but damn, 10 of Cups. The tarot is fucking killing it today. I don't know what to tell you guys. If you're not feeling like you can create bliss and happiness and love in your life right now, this is where you got to shift the perspective. You got to shift the emotions. You got to shift the mind. And this is a big test. And I would say even just Sun square Saturn's a test day. Are you going to dig yourself into a hole like a Scorpio right now? A scorpion? Or are we going to rise up through the ashes and soar above all that and see all the fruits that this life has to offer, and all the love that you have to give, and all the love that this life has to give you, that can leave everything feeling like a state of bliss? Those cards are insane to get back to back. What's the third one going to be? Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. There we go. That's more fitting for the astrology today. But I think that's the thing, is if we're going to feel like a sense of less than within ourselves, or like we're just, in some poverty state within our life right now, we're missing out on all the good stuff that's out there. So it really is that shift of perspective that's going to bring more abundance into our lives. And it's right there for the taking. I would just hate to see people miss out on this time, because there's so much fruit for people to have, and it's amazing, and it's juicy, and it's delicious. And you just can't feel like the world's leaving you out to dry right now, and that you're not meant to have that in your life, because you are. But it's only you who can change that between your beliefs, your emotions, and your thoughts. And today's a big day to shift those things, transmute that energy, and really connect to something that's really moving you forward into the life you want. It's beautiful. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful Thursday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.